What's up, y'all? It's Produce Whisper. Gonna check this out. Okay, so we're back for another Sync Hustle live stream. Sync Hustle Mindset live stream. How am I gonna mess up the name of my own show? Crazy, right? Live Concierge, JL Mix It. I'm on YouTube right now, just bringing the IG people over to YouTube. So check me out. Check me out on YouTube right now, guys. Coming in early. Happy Friday, everybody. It's been a really great week. Sorry, pardon me for snacking on these grapes. I got to get it in when I can get it in, man. Really busy. So shout out to my guys over at Icebreaker Water. Go check out Icebreaker Water on Amazon. Artesian spring water from Sedona, Arizona. My cousin owns the company. They're based out of Phoenix, Arizona. Minority owned. Check it out. JL Mixed It. What's up, my brother? See if you guys can hear me okay. How's my audio coming through? We good? We good? Petro. How's my audio coming through, man? We nice and clear? JL Mixed It. Petrol up in here. Happy Friday, everybody. Ooh, look at my hair. I got the Santa Claus cracking. That's crazy. Gonna be a good one today, guys. Not too long today, I don't think. Honestly, we'll go over the state of sync as far as Smash Coast, and thank you, JL, man. I appreciate you being here. I'm only here because of you guys, man. Without you, there would be no me. So I appreciate you just as much. Mayor, what's up? How you doing? Ag the OG 86, you on Instagram. Come over to YouTube, brother. That's where we're all meeting at. We wave to you. If you're on Instagram right now, come over to YouTube. The Producer Whisperer YouTube. And here comes everybody. Oh, thanks, man. I got another one actually coming out. I just finished another one. It should be out in a couple weeks. This is another local publication. I'm so grateful for those, man, that they reach out to me and ask me to do those, give me a chance to tell my story a little bit and talk about Smash Coast. It's been a long time, so any type of recognition, like I'm super appreciative of that. It means a lot to me when they do that. And when you guys check it out, it means a lot to me too. So since a few of you guys are in here already, 3 or 4 of you guys are in here already, let's go ahead and get started with the wins, because I don't want to keep you guys for 3 hours today, 2-3 hours like we usually do. We're going to get in, we're going to talk about some stuff, we're going to learn some stuff, and then we're going to jump back out into this Friday and get this hustle back cracking. Jamina, come join us on the YouTube page. Look in my link tree above, and the link to my YouTube channel is up there, and that's where we're all at. So come join us on YouTube right now, the Producer Whisper YouTube channel. I'm just putting on my Instagram so the people that aren't aware, they'll pop on Instagram, and I'll bring everybody over to the YouTube channel. So come on over, man. We're about to party. Let's go. Gene Culver, what's up, brother? You guys come over to my YouTube channel. The Producer Whisperer YouTube. See you over there in a second. We got a few people over right now. We're about to start the win. So let's go. Let's go. Sorry, you guys on YouTube. I have my phone on over here just in case a couple of people aren't aware of the YouTube channel. Yeah, here they come now. They should start popping in here in a second. A couple people. But we can go ahead and get started with the wins. I don't even want to wait. I'm excited. It's been a week. I want to see what you guys are doing. If you're on my Instagram right now, come over to my YouTube channel. All IG people, come over to my YouTube channel. That's where we're live at. The Producer Whisperer YouTube. You guys that are in the live already on YouTube, let's go ahead and get some wins cracking already. I'm excited. And while I'm waiting for the wins to pop up, you guys, I did a little bit of research. I went snooping around and was looking at a few blogs, looking at some articles, snooping around on social media, just basically trying to figure out what VSTs or software people like to go to when they're creating tension. And the reason why I chose tension is because tension is the most used on television. There's more tension cues as background music on television than anything else, than songs and anything else. And so if you're looking to, really stake a claim in the sync industry, tension would be a good place to start, just because there's always such a huge need for it. There's many different types and styles of tension. So it's easy for you to find, get in where you fit in, find where you excel at, specialize in that style, and, be a specialist in that style. But in order to create these cues, there's, quite a few pieces of go-to software that people like to go to create this stuff. Now, me being a producer myself, I'll be the first to tell you guys that, well, I was going to say software doesn't matter, but it does to a certain extent. But you do have to have a certain skill set. I don't want people to just think Omnisphere just because it's Omnisphere is going to just make great stuff for you. You still got to be creative and do it. So whether you're using like, some native instrument stuff, or whether you're using a VST like Pigments or something like that, it really doesn't matter. What really matters is that you hone in on the style, that you're trying to excel at, and then you pick the VSTs, the software that'll best accentuate that style or best aid you in creating that style. And it doesn't have to be just one. You can, you can create with 10 of them if you want to. But for those of you that aren't familiar with the software that's used for tension specifically, I've compiled a short list for us to go over, and you guys that are in the know can, can co-sign and say if these are good VSTs, bad VSTs, suggest some better ones if I don't have any on here. But right now we're going to go into the wins, but I just wanted to give you guys a little taste of what we're going to be talking about after the wins section here. So thanks for popping in here. Gypsy Man Pro, what's up? How you doing? Sagara Productions. If you're on the IG, come over to the, yeah, you guys already left. All right. Come over to the YouTube. Okay, here we go. So Petro says, nothing crazy to report. Just happy to get back to production this week. That's a win. What do you mean nothing to report? That's progress. So if you weren't producing last week and you're producing this week, that means something happened. You made some progress and you're able to get back to what you're trying to do. So we celebrate. Fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis to Petro. Let's let them feel it, you guys. That's why I tell you guys, man, there's no such thing as a little win. A win is anything that you do during the week that takes you the slightest bit further than where you were the week before. It could be a half a step. Don't even got to be a whole step, but as long as you're a half a step further than you were last week, that means you're a half a step closer to where you're trying to go. And we're celebrating that. So fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis to Petrol. Congratulations on getting back to your production. That's what's up. No such thing as a small win. Mayor says, I was working on a project, then saw my notifications and immediately closed my project to be here at the live stream. Ah, love it, man. We appreciate it. Well, we'll try to make it worth your while. I wouldn't suggest hopping off of a project to do it, even though I very, very much appreciate you taking the time. But you know how we do here, man. It's all about that hustle. So um, if it's a time crunch on your project, get your butt off of here and finish that project and then come back and watch the live stream later. We'll make sure that it's interesting for you. Unless you want to stay and participate, it's on you. But either way, I appreciate you being here. But don't leave any more projects anymore, man. I love y'all for that, but do the projects. But fire emojis for Mayor for even coming and being part of the community, man. That's great. JL Mixed It. What's up, brother? Says in advance, congrats to all of you with the wins this week. It's passive motivation and very much appreciated. Also, if anyone's looking for a mixer to build, let's work. You know what? Fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis to JL Mixed It. I'm still always in the market for a good engineer. I know I got Petrol is down the mix. I'll be honest with you, and it's unfair to the mix engineers, and I know, but I'm cheap. Okay. So rather than, and it's not any disrespect to the mix engineers because you guys are worth every dollar that you charge. I'm not trying to say that, oh, y'all be charging too much or nothing like that. That's not the case. It's just that the older I get, the more frugal I get, and I don't like spending money. And so, and it's to my own detriment. So I might get a hot song done a lot faster if I just pay one of you guys to mix it rather than spend the month, 2 months, 3 months me fiddling around trying to get the mix right myself, because that's what I'll do. I'll be like, oh, I can do it. I can make it sound decent. And then I'll make it sound good to me until I hear it up against, something that a real engineer mixed. And then I'm like, okay, I realize I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of fronting or whatever. So I say all that to say that I remember we talked about it before, JL. I have every intention on working with you at some point. But like I say, I gotta get a couple dollars put to the side for you guys so I could compensate you correctly because I'm being cheap and I just don't want to pay for it right now. Just be honest with you. But I do got about 20 records that are just sitting that need to be mixed, most of which from me and Tay. Bunch of great stuff we need to release. I procrastinated on because I'm working a business here. And so yeah, with all that being said, if you guys have mixing needs, these guys are dope at it. I'm sure that they'll work with you. So hit up JL in the DM, hit up Petrol in the DM, and I'm sure they'll work with you. Fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis for everybody. Natalie Crawford, what's up, lady? How you doing? Happy Friday. Let's build, let's build. So Natalie says, this week my exciting win is being able to merge both of my worlds together by being asked to teach a real estate class at a music conference. Wow. So fire emojis for that. A real estate class at a music conference, which is actually a good thing because when you start making money with your music, you want to know what to do with your money. Clint gets into that too. He's talking about Roth IRAs and that kind of stuff. So as you level up in your business and your money, you do want to, get smarter so you know what to do with it. And one of the main ways of building and growing your wealth is real estate. That's like one of the top things that millionaires use to build and grow their wealth is real estate. So there you go. Fire emojis for that. And to bring in more necessary, important education. So yeah, man, anytime that you're out there giving something to someone, bringing value to someone, that deserves all the fire emojis in the world. So fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis to Natalie Crawford. It's very, very dope, girl. Congratulations. And I'm sure the people in the real estate class are going to very much appreciate, you bringing that knowledge to them. I know I would. Because, coming up, we didn't have any of this. There were no sync educators or nobody, out here trying to give us information or teach us nothing. We had to wing it. So they better appreciate it. So fire emojis, fire emojis. Let's add her, man. Let's add Natalie in the comments and let her see what's up. Okay, so yeah, hey, Glow, see the party on YouTube again. We're trying, we trying. Cherry, what's up, lady producer? How you doing? So Petro says, laughing my ass off. Yeah, it's okay to save money. Honestly, it's better to bring in a good producer for those projects that are bigger than you can handle. You're absolutely right. And it's like, I would take that a step further and say it's better to just bring in an engineer, period, because I'm always on here talking about how you guys need to specialize, right? And how if you want somebody to do something for you, if you can afford it, that you'll always hire a specialist to do it rather than anyone else. So that's, it's going to cost more to do it, but then you save money and efficiency. They're going to come in, do the work the correct way. They're going to do it as fast as possible. So like I said, I'm not spending 2-3 weeks, a month, 2 months trying to get the mix right, coming back to it, procrastinating because I'm doing other stuff. It's better to just pay somebody to do it. So yeah, I mix okay. I can front and get something on Spotify and it can be okay, but because I am you know picky as hell, I'm a perfectionist. I want my stuff to sound as good as it possibly can, and I'm not a mix engineer, so I got to get mix engineers to mix my stuff. So JL, I promise we're gonna be working. Petrol, you already know I'm probably gonna just send you some stuff anyway, and because you're the homie, so I'll take care of you. So there it is. There. Let me get back to these comments, man. So you guys got me running my mouth again. What's up? Exclamation. Excalibur Zero. Hey, I'm on YouTube right now, you guys. So come over to the YouTube channel, Producer Whisper at YouTube. The link is in the link tree up above. If you're on IG, come check us out. We partying over here, man. We're going to be talking about software and some of the best software and most like software for creating tension cues, because tension cues are the most created music on television. So that's what we're talking about today. Come over to the YouTube channel. Sorry, guys. Let me step back in here. Excuse me. Scrolling down. Segura, my brother, this week was exporting week. Spent a whole day exporting stems, cut downs, and alternate mixes for a library, metadata, etc. Signed a deal with a great overseas sync agency as well. See, that's you keep mentioning overseas, Segura. I think you need to do a video and talk to some folks about the importance of doing international deals, because a lot of people are so concerned about just getting their music on Love and Hip Hop and Black Ink and Tyler Perry something, that they're missing a lot of money, missing a lot of opportunities. And so I see you're already dipping out on the to that end. So you know maybe put something together about your journey, even doing that, even exploring the international markets. My international royalties are lit. I'm just gonna tell you, and it's crazy because I've never really physically paid a lot of attention to the international market, as most of my royalties are just spillover from domestic stuff. But because I've gotten so many domestic placements, my international royalties are very welcome every quarter. Let me tell you. So don't sleep on the international. So fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis to Segura as usual. Always coming in here with all that. Always coming in here with all that, man. We appreciate you. Very motivating. Cherry, the lady producer. Cherry Witt, the lady producer, with her dope self. So Cherry says, my win, I got sleep till 8 a.m. last night, Saturday and Sunday morning. That never happens. Fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis for the self-care. And let me tell you, napping basically saved my health. I'm not gonna run my mouth about it, but you guys already know about my, my little autoimmune health journey that I'm currently going through now. Like it's what it is. But one of the main things that took me out of whack, that probably, you know, made my health take a nosedive, was lack of sleep. I had no idea how important sleep was. Not just with diet and exercise, but everything that's good that happens to your body happens while you're sleeping. So when you eat your food during the day and you break your food down, most of the use of the vitamins and minerals in your food are, are used at night. They're distributed at night while you're sleeping. You're growing while you're sleeping. When all of the systems that you use while you're awake shut down while you're asleep, then your body really kicks up and starts, your immune system kicks up and starts trying to heal stuff or whatever, and it needs the rest to do that. So me, I mean, I'm like, I might take a nap after this live stream, to be honest with you. I might just, after we get off of here, take me a quick little hour nap and then keep it pushing. And I'll do that quite often during the week. Like I'll just shut it down, you know, just to get some rest. And it's meant the world of difference to me. So I know you guys that are really, really going hard, especially music producers. This is one of the things you don't do. You don't sleep enough. You don't eat right. You don't sleep enough. You don't eat right. So if you're trying to be in the game long enough to where you start seeing these and you still look good like me, you still feeling good, you better start getting you some sleep, man, because your health could turn at any time. We're not getting no younger, and you want to be healthy and able to enjoy all this money you guys are about to make. So there it is. There's a fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis, Cherry, with that beautiful, beautiful win. I can't say enough about it, man. Sleep is everything. So fire emojis. Let's add her in the comments, man. Don't sleep on her with the sleep comments. Pun totally intended. Let's make her feel it. Petrol says, what is sleep? All right, Petrol, you're going to fool around and be seeing your doctor too much if you don't learn how to get some naps in. Let me turn this IG off real quick. IG is off. In video. Okay. Huh. Okay. So let me tell you something. Let me scroll. Okay, I'm scrolling. Walter Bowie says that blue suit killer. Thank you, man. I appreciate you saying that. I have something to tell you about that, though. Oh, you're talking about in my interview? Yeah, that looked good too. I actually went and got a suit similar to that suit because I'm not even in that suit. That's an AI picture, brother. Only thing I did was hold the phone up and take a picture of my face, and you can pick, about a dozen different styles. And so they have a business style. So I've got like quite a few pictures like that where it put me in hats, it put me in suits. I wasn't wearing none of that. So that's an AI picture. So for all of you guys that are out there, I say I wouldn't just publicly say that. I'm telling it to you guys because you guys are the fam, and I'm gonna let you know the secret. But as far as like promoting on your social media or your marketing and that kind of thing, like because I posted that on LinkedIn. You think I'm gonna get on LinkedIn and tell them that's not me in the suit? Hell nah. You know, uh, smoke and mirrors to a certain extent. It's me. It's still my face. That's me and smiling in there. I just didn't have that outfit on, and but that's what it's for. They have a thing now called AI headshots. When I first moved out here in 03, these fools out here were charging $300-400 for headshots. So you could go try to get on TV or whatever. That industry is pretty much dried up because you can just go sign up with AI headshots, and for like $20, they give you like a whole bunch of choices of headshots, and they'll put hair on you, they like all kind of stuff, and a lot of it looks really, really legit. So, but thank you so much, man. I appreciate that comment. And I agree, I did look good in the blue suit. So fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis, Walter. And even bigger fire emojis for the repost, man. I see you, Segura. I see you, Walter, when I'm posting on LinkedIn and stuff. You guys are reposting, trying to get people over here. So that means the world to me. I see you. I appreciate that, man. For real, for real. Mayura says, this week I started working on a collaboration with an independent artist from Wisconsin, USA. Really happy since I'm from India and it's my first international collab. Working on lyrics right now. So Mayura, so what do you do, Mayura? Are you hip hop artist? What kind of, do you produce hip hop beats? What are you doing over there? Let's see in the comments. So Garrett says, I'll say here that there are a lot of overseas libraries posting on Instagram. Great place to start. You see, he just gave you some game he didn't have to give you guys. Fire emojis for Segura again. See, that's the thing I love about this sync community, because if we were on the other side of the fence, if we were in the music industry side, no one is going to give you connections or point you somewhere to where you could win, because they're gonna gatekeep all those connections to themselves. That's just the nature of that business. Um, it's a little bit more cutthroat. But over here on the sync side, we realize that there's more than enough opportunity for all of us to be able to get in, find our lane, and really prosper with what we're doing, and it's not going to take away from anybody else. And so there's a willingness to just help each other. And I know I've gushed about this before on here, but it just makes me feel good to see it, man, because you guys are musicians, man. You guys are producers and artists and stuff like that. You know how dog eat dog this is. You know how rare it is to have somebody actually support what you're doing. And the reason why we do the wins is because we can't even get the support from the people that we really know, our family and friends and loved ones, people on Facebook, that kind of thing. And so to see people on here just automatically just, yeah, man, go over here and check this out, and point you in a direction somewhere. Ultimately, it's up to you guys to do the work, be foot soldiers. But the fact that people are around, just willingly giving you information like that, I think is the dopest thing in the world. And there's really not any excuse for y'all to lose if that's the case, because information is power. So if you have the information, it's up to you to execute. Shout out to Segura again. Segura, you make me sick, dude. You always got me. Every time you post something, you send me into a rant. I love that though. I love it. I love it. Yeah, man. JL mixed is self-care, 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 self-care. Everything we're trying to do don't matter if you're sick and impaired. Creation Roll, what's up, brother? Zello, how you doing? DeLuna, how you doing? Family back up in here. Okay, so check it out. DeLuna 1226 says finished a full album for a publisher and got asked to do another. Got a few tracks accepted into 2 different libraries. See what I'm saying, man? Every week is something. So first of all, fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis to DeLuna 1226 DeLuna. Guitars, if you guys need a dope guitars, go check him out. Get in his DM. He'll do collabs with you. But this is what I'm saying, man. Every week is something. Sometimes people aren't posting placements, and then the next week you're posting placements, collaborations with libraries. And so that's what we're here for. It shows you guys are learning the game. So let's let them feel it, you guys. You guys already know what we're doing. Fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis at 1226 DeLuna. Yeah, Segura says he wants to see the community win. Exactly. That's the type of attitude I'm talking about. You have, most of the time, you'll have people out there that won't even mind. They really won't mind seeing you win. They might even want to see you win, but they're not going to help you win if they haven't won yet. See what I'm saying? That's the thing. And even if they are winning, like people get intimidated, man. There's a lot of intimidation, that kind of stuff going on out here. So Mayor, going back to the question I asked, he says, I started off as a rock metal genre vocalist. I was in a band. Were you one of those screamers? Ah, those screamer rock dudes? Or are you like more mellow 80s or 90s rock, 2000s rock kind of vocalist? He says, and then as the years passed, I started exploring. Now I'm more flexible as a vocalist and a music producer, mostly indie and pop stuff. Yeah, I actually started off as a vocalist myself too. I'm a singer and did that for many, many years. I didn't start producing music till I was almost 30, and discovered I was really good at it. Didn't even really realize it all those years or whatever. But yeah, a lot of guys I meet transition from, one thing to another thing. And so that's dope because it makes you well-rounded. So congratulations on your collaboration, man. I'm sure great things are going to come from it. So let's give Mayor some fire emojis, you guys. You guys know how we do. Come on. Let them feel it. Let them feel it. How we lose a couple people? We had like 3 more people in here. Let me turn my Instagram back on, see if I can get some people over here. You know what I'm saying? Just a second, you guys. If you guys have any more wins, let's get it popping. I'm just turning on my IG right now. Just a second. Live. All right, so tension cues, guys. Now, I know I place a lot of emphasis on indie songs just because that's the lane that we're in. We do create a lot of custom music for custom songs, especially now for advertising. Let's see. If you're on my IG right now, come over to my YouTube channel, man. Link is in the link tree above. Come to the YouTube channel. Um, but the thing is that, oh, what's up? Shay Keys has a win. I'm sorry, you guys. Shay Keys was accepted into 3 more libraries this week and finished an Afrobeats album. 3 libraries this week. So I guess if you guys aren't hearing, the libraries are lit right now. If you got your stuff together, you're ready to submit, hit the libraries. I knew it was going to be that way because when the writer's strike was over, like, they had that lull, that couple months of strike was in. So they were like, they're ready to do it. Petro, what you doing on here, man? Come back over to the YouTube. So going back to what I was saying, you guys, if you're just getting in the sync and you guys don't know what direction that you want to go, and you don't happen to do full songs, tension is the way that you want to go because tension is the most used music on television. Tension is the vast majority of background music used on television. It's a good direction to go because there's basically an endless amount of styles of tension: electronic tension, scary stuff, dramatic stuff, action, so on and so forth. And so as you're delving into the styles, it shouldn't be that difficult to find what you really like doing as far as tension, what you excel in, what you're good at, and then concentrating on being excellent in that style, like specializing in that style. The reason you want to do that is because when you pitch yourself, that's how you want to pitch yourself as a specialist. You don't want to ever, come in the game saying that you do everything. Even if you are multi-genre, this is something that you can show, music supervisors or sync agents, whoever it is, later on. Once you've established yourself, you have that relationship built, then you can let them know, hey, I do these other things and I'm valuable in these other areas. But in most cases, companies or entities are looking for something specific. They're not looking for somebody that could do everything. They're like, I need EDM, or I need this. I need somebody that can do the hell out of this thing for me. And so, you find, basically, you get in where you fit in. You find the shows that use the kind of tension cues that you can excel at. You take some time, you practice those cues, doing those types of cues, and then you start your pitching. So we're not going to talk about the pitching part. We're talking about the creating cues. So what is a tension cue? A tension cue is just that. A cue, for you guys that don't know, a cue is, for you producers might say beats, get my beats on TV. A beat used as background music on television is called a cue. All the background music is called a cue. That's why ASCAP and BMI, they generate cue sheets, every quarter, that let you know what music was used on the shows. Dazi Official, if you guys are on here on the IG, come over to the YouTube channel, man. The link is in the link tree above. Come check us out. It's a bunch of us over here on the YouTube channel talking about sync, man. So come join us over here. Wait, hold on. Let me look at the comments real quick before I keep going. Oh, thanks, Petrol. They're looking for the golden horse after they know you can actually do the job. Exactly. MC Shy, we're over on YouTube. Over on YouTube, Shy. So, like I said, we're not going to talk about pitching. We're going to talk about creating the cues. Now, what is attention cue? Any Basically any background cue. You know what? Let me go to Chat GPT and see what Chat GPT's actual definition of it would be, just because that's what we're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that I'm giving you the what is a background cue for television. Vision. Okay, so ChatGPT says, wow, and it really spit out a long, and it's still, wow. Okay, so we're gonna learn this together. Well, not I'm not learning it, but I'm gonna explain to you guys. Hold on. Um, okay, it says a background cue for television is a term used to describe various audio or visual elements that are part of a TV program's background, designed to enhance the viewer's experience or provide contextual information. So basically, the cue gives you the vibe or the mood. You know, it supports whatever the vibe or the mood of the visual is supposed to be. Okay, let me keep going. These cues are often subtle and can serve several purposes. Number one, setting the scene. Background cues can help establish the setting or location of a scene. For example, if you hear the city traffic noises, it can indicate that the scene is taking place in a busy urban environment. And I keep in mind those sound effects, like it just said, background cues, traffic noises and that kind of stuff. Um, those are cues as well. And it's a trip that was even brought up yesterday. It's a trip that was even brought up today because just yesterday, Kim hit me and asked me if I wanted to pick up this guy that uh, that she was made aware of, that does sound design, and that's his basic specialty. Is he's a sound designer. I know some of you guys do that, but I don't think he really produces music. I think his main thing is he's a sound designer and a special effects type of thing. That's tension. So you could totally make a sound design album and pitch that as a tension album. So it's crazy if they say that. So see, if you hear traffic noises, it can indicate that the scene is taking place in a busy urban environment. Okay, so it also says mood and atmosphere. They can contribute to the mood and atmosphere of a scene. For instance, a dark, ominous musical score in the background can create tension in a suspenseful scene. So you guys already know, like, Jaws, dun, dun, or like, any scary movie. A lot of movies have iconic, scary riffs in them, that kind of thing. And that's all tension. Time period is another example. Background cues might include visual elements such as clothing or props that reflect a specific time period, helping the audience understand when a story is set. So same thing, you can have old-timey instruments in your tension. Tension can be something that's just a simple sound, a string or a pad sound, or it could be a lightweight, fully produced piece of music, half a minute to a minute and a half long, just depending on the style of tension. Um, if the tension is like you can do tension. A good idea, a good example as far as tension, time period tension, would be to do like a 90s hip hop album, instrumental album for tension, for urban tension. Okay. And then of course, if you're doing anything that's time period like that, you're going to use the instruments that were used. You're not going to be using 808s. You're not going to, be using a lot of stuff that they're using today as far as your instrumentation. You're going to be using the original TR 808 drum machine sounds and like, that kind of stuff. So let me keep going. Time period. Character traits. Sometimes background cues can reveal information about a character. For example, the type of music a character is listening to or an artwork in their home can provide insights into their personality or interest. So if they have a scene of some dude, some serial killer sitting there plotting his next move or whatever, he might be listening to something, apropos on the radio or whatever, something crazy. you know if the music supervisor's really done their job, then yeah, that music, the title of that song or something about that song is going to match that scene or whatever. You know, he might be a serial killer out here and the scene opens up with him with Hotel California in the background or something like that. So who knows? Like, but you know, that's ways tension can be used to really glue a scene together. Um, and I'm glad that I'm reading this too, because a lot of people think that tension is just something that plays just in the background and supports. But a lot of the time, tension goes hand in hand with the scene, because the tension will lightweight describe a prop that's in the scene, or it'll have to do with the location, or it'll have to do with the character themselves, the occupation, or what the character's doing at the time or whatever. So tension is very, very important. It can be very vague and just, you know, vaguely support the visual, or it could go hand in hand and be a main part of supporting that visual. That's why tension is the most used music on television, just because it goes all over the place. You can use it for everything. So let me keep going. Continuity. In live television or film series, background cues help maintain continuity. They ensure that the setting and the ambience remain consistent from one shot to the next, even if the scenes are filmed at different times or locations. Let me read that one more time. In live television or limited or film series, or film series, background cues help maintain continuity. They keep things glued together. They ensure that the setting and the ambience remain consistent from one shot to the next, even if the scenes are filmed at different times or locations. So the music keeps everything glued together. You know, that basically is what it's saying. It's saying that the music is what keeps everything glued together and keeps you knowing that, you know, this certain topic, or you know, is supposed to be what it is. It's crazy. Okay, one more thing. Information relay. Oh, it's interesting. Occasionally background cues convey information. Oh, occasionally background cues convey important information, such as news broadcasts on a TV in the background, or radio playing in a car with relevant news updates. Oh, okay. So I guess that goes back to sound design. So if somebody is riding in a car, for instance, the scene is riding in a car and something comes on the radio and says, you know, news flash, da, 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 da. I think that's a bunch of stuff. That's background stuff. That sounds like that sounds like voiceover work, you know, which that's a whole different area of voiceover. So Joshua B91, I'm on YouTube right now, man. Go to my YouTube channel, at the Producer Whisperer YouTube. Link is in the link tree above. Go check it out. That's where we're all at, man. We're partying over here. Come on, let's go. Thanks. And one more. Enhancing realism. Background cues can enhance the realism of a scene, making it more immersive and believable for the viewer. So we know that. We know the background music, you know, can make it really feel like it's supposed to feel. The music makes all the difference. So it's a trip, because people might not realize just how important tension cues are, but tension cues are everything. Tension cues are the background of television. You know, they support everything. So in summary, background cues in television are a subtle detail that background cues in television are the subtle details and elements intentionally placed in the background of a scene to provide context, set the mood, convey information, or enhance the overall viewing experience. They are an integral part of storytelling and production in television. I got to practice my reading, man. Fumbling around. So there we go. ChatGPT came through and gave you a way more detailed explanation of tension cues than I ever could. Um, that's why I always refer to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is my homie now, my partner besides Kim. Nest Boy 17, what's up? Can come over to the YouTube channel. We're all over the YouTube at my YouTube channel partying right now, man. The Producer Whisperer at YouTube. Link is in the link tree. So with all that being said, you guys, let me take a sip real quick. With all that being said, you guys, I think I've conveyed. Joshua Bonnet, how you doing, man? With all that being said, I think I've conveyed how important tension cues are. A lot of people aren't really aiming for those, or they're sticking to what's comfortable, which is like, you know, sports beats and that kind of stuff. And I get it. It's like it's your comfort zone. It's probably easy for you to knock out. You're already doing stuff kind of close like that. But if you're not accustomed to doing tension, get in where you fit in. Find the right kind of tension that you like to do, like scary stuff or dramatic stuff or whatever it is. Start specializing in that. And the libraries are going to love you forever. The libraries are going to love you forever. This is where the libraries are eating at. The libraries are getting their bread from the television production companies based on tension albums. Yeah, they're doing a lot of stuff with artists and composers and stuff like that. Um, but the main thing that the composers are really eating off of is the tension stuff. The producers are really eating off the tension stuff. So how do we make tension stuff, you might ask? Well, there's a lot of tutorials online. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube. But we're going to talk about software. Okay. Now, last week we touched on it. I said I was going to bring it up this week. And I'm going to ask you guys, like you guys that are used to doing tension or in the tension game, what kind of software that you like. Now, I know everybody's going to say Omnisphere because Omnisphere is a go-to. Now, some of you snobs out there, you gear snobs, petrol, um, might not want to use Omnisphere because everybody's familiar with it. It's been used for years. Some people that are on the gear snob side might say that it's overused. I would disagree with that because it's really good. So I don't know why you would really jump around a lot. If you find something that really, really works and is really, really good, you kind of stick with that. But we're going to exclude our Omnisphere because everybody knows about Omnisphere. If you wanted to have a whole tension career, you could do it probably just with Omnisphere alone. So we're going to exclude that. We're going to talk about some of these other libraries and VSTs that are probably a little bit less familiar. So we're going to start with, have you guys heard of Heaviosity? Put a 1 in the comments if you guys are familiar. Okay, my bad. Petrol's not a gear snob. I apologize. Mayor says, last month the production house added me to do the music and sound design for a horror film. Horror is tough. Fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis for Mayor, man. That's good work. Mayor says, do you think a horror genre has potential for libraries? Very, very much. Very, very high potential. First of all, there's a Halloween every year. So you know how, like, say, for instance, Mariah Carey doesn't really make music anymore, but we see her every Christmas, right? So she's going to make a few $1,000,000 every Christmas because she's just painted herself into that whole holiday thing. She'll drop a Christmas album, do some specials, do some shows, and she's going to be able to make income forever doing that. So anytime you're able to attach, what you do to a holiday, that's annual, right? So you should during the year drop, you should create 4 or 5 tension albums in that horror genre. You see that they always wait to release the horror movies, the Chuckies and all of the Exorcist movies and all that kind of stuff till about this time of year, about October, September, October, they start coming out, right? So yeah, there's always a lot of opportunity for horror tension. They're always putting stuff on TV this time of year. And it shows that you specialize in something too. So the libraries are actually going to look at you faster because you're creating something that they know is used specifically for television. Once you do that, they'll be like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. He's creating, you know. I like to say that there's 2 types of creators for sync. There's the people that make what they make. They pitch it and hope that it places. And then there's the people that create stuff specifically for sync. They know that the client has specific needs. They know that sync has specific needs, and so they create with that mindset. So they're going to be making holiday albums. They're going to be making sports albums. They're going to be making tension cues and stuff like that instead of just doing their normal stuff, pitching it, and then hoping that it fits somewhere. They're going to be more calculated with what they're doing. So to answer your question, absolutely yes, I would absolutely do horror right now. I'm hearing a lot of it. Yeah, Omnisphere is my go-to too, but we're talking about Heaviosity. Heaviosity's free foundations libraries are great. So Segura says free foundations libraries. Hold on, Heaviosity's free foundations libraries. Heaviosity. Okay, so um has anybody heard of Heaviosity Ion, AEON? What I did is I just went to people's social media, went to a couple blogs or whatever, asked around, and just got an idea of the stuff that people were using for tension. And now I'm gonna read you this basic list. I'm gonna read you this basic list in this. Let's see. How many tracks would you suggest for one horror album? 10. 10 is good. 7 to 10. That's the sweet spot. 7 to 10. You might be able to knock them out and do a bunch of them, but instead of putting 20, 30 pieces of music on one album, I think it would look more impressive to be able to do more albums. Actually look like you're doing more than to put it all on one, 20, 30 pieces on one. Do 10. Make sure you have good cover art, and knock them out. We need some too, so send them. Walter Boy says, I write a lot of tension for NBC Dateline. I've always used Heaviosity VSTs in contact. So Heaviosity VSTs, that's a good one. Heaviosity libraries are amazing. I'm a contact user. I bootlegged it a while back. It's great. To my Ion. Okay. So Heaviosity Ion or Heaviosity libraries, that's a good one. If you guys aren't familiar, I wasn't familiar. So you guys are teaching me. So I'm gonna be doing some studying on Heaviosity myself for tension. Are any of you guys familiar with Evolve? What's up, Jay Matthews? How you doing? You guys familiar with Evolved? Evolve? That's Heaviosity too, cinematic sound design tool. That's Heaviosity as well. Petro says Evolve is good. Yep. Evolve is dope. Okay, so you guys, all right. So I need to get up on the. Now it just says Heaviosity Evolve, and then the next one up to bat is okay, Evolve Mutations. Okay, so let me see. Let me write that down. Mutations. Okay, I'll check that out. Okay, so next one up to bat is Spitfire Contemporary Drama Toolkit. Anybody familiar? The Spitfire Contemporary Drama Toolkit. I actually heard was pretty good. Anybody familiar? I'm going to look it up real quick. There it is. Spitfire Contemporary Drama Toolkit from a Spitfire Audio. It's got 94 reviews, 4.7. So it's Spitfire Audio. Details. You guys familiar? Spitfire Audio? Haven't heard that, but I heard this stuff is great. Yeah, I heard Spitfire Audio is pretty good. Damage, Heaviosity, and Evolve is dope. Used it for a lot of pop stuff. That's from KJ Road 73. Mayor says there's a contact library called Thrills. It's amazing for horror genre. If I'm not wrong, it's not Heaviosity though. So let's look up thrills, you guys. Write this down. Let's see. Um, Spitfire Free Labs is good. Yeah, I got that one. So we hear Spitfire is dope. Okay, so the next one up to bat, everybody's pretty familiar with Spitfire, I see. The next one I'm gonna look up is called Zebra. Anybody familiar with Zebra? Zebra. So Zebra is from a company called Legacy. Let me look at it. Look at it real quick. u-he.com, Zebra Legacy, and Zebra 2. Anybody familiar with Zebra? This is just something I saw on the blogs that they were using. I'd never heard of this one. Thrills is native instruments. Zebra is an oldie but a goodie. Okay. Project Sam's for Contact is crazy too. Lots of great sounds. Zebra is the truth. Okay, see, I never heard of Zebra. So the Zebra I know is U-H-E. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so again, I had never heard of Zebra. All right, next one up to bat, you guys. You guys, this is good. This is good. I'm glad we're going through this. Next one up to bat is called Pigments. Now, I like Pigments. Pigments is good for not only tension, but like, hip hop stuff. It's got some, pretty crazy sounds in there. Another underrated VST. Yeah, don't sleep on Arturia Pigments. So if you guys give me a one in the comments real quick if you're familiar with Arturia stuff and Pigments. You guys digging Pigments? You guys use it a lot? The ones that are familiar? Yeah, Glow. I'm same way. I got a lot of VSTs I don't use. I'm just reading the comments. Segura says Arturia has been killing it in both the software and hardware game. Love their keyboards. Exactly. Okay, so going to the next one, guys. I see Pigments and the Arturia stuff is good. You guys are familiar. And I'm glad we're saying this because we're all pretty much learning stuff we're not familiar with. So we can go check out and we might actually discover some gems, help us with our production, our workflow. So are you guys familiar with one called Straylight? Straylight. Let me look it up. Straylight. Straylight. Oh, that's complete. I love complete. So that's native instruments. You guys familiar? Never heard of Straylight. But going back up here, let's see. Pigments can also be CPU intensive if your machine isn't up for it. So you can cheat by bouncing it to audio track and muting the MIDI after that. Thanks, Petrol, man. We appreciate that. For you guys that have the CPU issues. I went and got me a gaming PC, so I'm never gonna have CPU issues. And for you guys that are on PC and not hip to that, there's a gaming version of whatever PC that you're using. I mean, even phones, you can get a gaming phone and it's going to kick your iPhones, but or your Androids. But I went and I actually just got a brand new Mac Mini too for other stuff. But my PC is a cyber power PC gaming computer. I got it blown out just because I wanted to be able to do everything on it. So I'm never going to have CPU issues. I could do, I could produce music in, I could have Studio One and Adobe Premiere open at the same time and watch a YouTube video and not have any issues. Excuse me. So if you don't know, get a gaming computer or have one built. Straight light, straight light, straight light. So Mayor says yes, love straight lights. So someone has heard of it. I hadn't. Walter Boy says yes, but I think ash light is better. So let me write that down. Ash lights. That's Native Instruments. That's dope. Okay. Hold on. Let me get a list. I'm not trying to crunch in your ear. Hold on. For straight light. Okay. All-in-one VST is Sample Tank. Zello says all-in-one VST is Sample Tank 4. It's so slept on. So many sounds and instruments, synth, orchestral, and everything you need. Never heard of that. Sample Tank 4. I'm going to write that down right now. Thank you, Zello. Sample Tank 4. Okay. Native Instruments has so many libraries that it's hard to keep. Yeah, exactly. They're pretty much the kings of it. Mayor says you can make pad stuff like Dune movie using straight light and ash light. Okay. Super dope. Petro Media says any MacBook Pro from 2019 with 16 gigs or more forward should be able to handle it. And gaming PCs are perfect. Zello says orchestral tools are very good as well. They have Sign Player. Oh, sweet. And Mayor says, let me open my, I almost did that right now too. Just open my door real quick to see what it is. But I still have a list here. We still got quite a bit, so we're still going. So the next one up to bat is, you guys are already hip to this. I'm already sure. Wait, let me read. Mayor says Rise and Hit. Oh yeah, I got Rise and Hit. Rise and Hit is mandatory. So the next one we have up to bat is Spitfire Symphonic Evolutions. Did we talk about that earlier? Symphonic Evolutions? If not, are you guys hip to Symphonic Evolutions by Spitfire Audio? Dozier TV says we are better save for these plugins. If you have PC, there's usually a guy around that can get you these plugins cheap. A lot of these plugins, most of these people have them cracked. You know, they're older plugins, and so they'll get the crack version of it if you're on PC. Sometimes you can get them for Mac, but there's just not as many crack things for Mac. Now, keep in mind, I am not condoning the use of crack software. So anybody looking at this video, don't be trying to come at me in the comments. That's not what I'm saying. But crack software is used. So if you guys, are having financial worries and you want to get this software, it's not this. Now, there's people with Instagram pages right now that have tons of software for cheap. And I believe them because I got friends that get software for nothing or cheap. That's how I got my computer actually loaded up. I don't pay for any of the software, unless it's like stuff that I have to continue, like, Native Instrument stuff. I pretty much, or if it's in Contact, I buy. But like a lot of the older stuff or whatever, I don't buy it. I got friends that get it cracked or whatever. So I'm not ashamed, man. I'm not ashamed. Let me go back up here into the comments. Rise. Cherry says Complete Ultimate has all those lights. Got a dumb discount too. I think it's once a year. Yeah, Complete Ultimate. I mean, we could just shut down the conversation with that. because it's a bundle. So it's got Omnisphere, it's got a bunch of stuff in it. Excuse me. Oh yeah, it might not have Omnisphere. I'm not sure, but yeah, I was getting the bundles like that before I had the plug. And but you can't go wrong if you can afford to get the bundle, the complete bundle. Then just go that route, and you're gonna have everything you need pretty much. Cherry over there spending them dollars, getting complete bundles and whatnot. Petrol says there's some used plugin sites that are legit. Use licenses people trade in if you want to stay legit. So there you guys go for all the want to stay legit folks out there. Aglo says cracked effects I think isn't so bad. Dozier says I'm just paranoid that cracked VSTs will make my laptop slower. I'm not really versed with that. Like I have some on here on my PC. On my Mac I just bought, I'm not doing any crack software on there. It'll be all bought stuff. Um But I mean, to each their own, man. Whatever works. I've never had any issues with them. So Mayor says HZ01 London ensembles by Hans Zimmer percussions in it. Wait, in what? You said Hans Zimmer name, so I know there's some dollars attached to that. So Garrett says they sell a lot of VSTs around the holidays too, like Black Friday type thing. Splice has a rent to own program as well, in case you guys didn't know. Shout out to Segura. Yeah, Aglo says the synthesizers are free right now. Black Friday is coming up, y'all. The contact library. Oh, Aglo says one reason I've gone away from crack software is sometimes it messes up your file updates longer with updates, etc. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't condone it. It it just depends. Some things work for some people. Um, if I was to just give straight up advice, I would say avoid crack stuff, but I'll do some stuff myself that I wouldn't advise you guys to do. Project Sam is another good one used for contact. Okay, so let me go back to the list here. Are you guys familiar with? Yeah, I've never heard of this one here. Um, Hopefully one of you guys have. It's called Ostinato Noir. Ostinato Noir. Noir. Ostinato. Ostinato. Let me look that up. Astinato. Ah, it popped right up. Ostinato Noir. Sonokinetic sample library. Oh, it's from a company called Sonokinetic. Never heard of them. You guys familiar? Never heard of Sonokinetic. Yeah, me neither. Look them up real quick. Let me put the link in here. You guys could check them out. Never heard of them. It's just somebody that, like I said, in the when I was snooping around, I was seeing that. I'm gonna put it in the chat real quick. I was seeing that people were using them, and so I decided to bring it up, see if you guys are familiar. Going back to the crack VSTs or whatever, look, if you guys can avoid crack, if you guys can buy and there's no issue for you to buy, I would advise buy. But for these, some of y'all in the hood and a few $100s for a VST, $200-300 for a VST, $80 for a VST is a lot, but you still want to cook, do what you got to do. I'm not gonna say one way or the other, but read between the lines, just do what you got to do. Get that music done, do what you got to do. Mayor says, I have another library called Archis, Arkhis. Look that up too. Let me look it up. Wait, what's it called? Arkhis. Arkhis. Arcus. Arcus is by Native Instruments. Is for complete. So I'll be checking that out too. Hold on, let me write it down. Okay. Did it was anybody familiar with ostinato? Let me look down here. Thanks for this wealth of info on the virtual instruments. I'm heading out. Happy Friday. Thanks, man. See you next week. Be sure to come back and check out the live stream once it's on YouTube. Have a good week and a great weekend, man. Be safe. Don't crack. Get some one shots. They work better. I love working with one shots. Kia, the car company, actually made a plugin for sound effects. Yeah, I heard about that actually. Aglo says, yeah, the Kia one is also cool. They got background effects already programmed into it too. Doja TV says, with some crack plugins, I've experienced that you can't change the velocity in notes. Yeah, there's because it's cracked, so sometimes there's going to be some issues with it. So let's just all stay away from crack software, boys and girls. No crack software. We're going to just buy stuff and get the licenses and do the updates and stay legit. Let's stay legit. So let's go to the next one, guys. Free Foundations by Heaviosity. You guys familiar with Free Foundations by Heaviosity? Mayor says Amadeus Symphonic Orchestra is one of my favorite Contact libraries. There's one called Falcon 3. It's like Contact. Yeah, Foundations. Okay, Evolve Mutations, Thrills, Ashlight. We wrote that. Okay, so yeah, that's my list. Noir was the last one. These other ones that I wrote down since. So my list, okay, we got Evolve, we got Spitfire Contemporary Drama Toolkit, we got Zebra, we got Pigments, Straylight, Spitfire Symphonic Evolutions, Rise and Hits from Native Instrument, everything from Native Instrument, Ostinato Noir, we got everything from Heaviosity, Evolve Mutations, Thrills, Ashlight, Sample Tank 4, which was new, and Arcus, which was new, I haven't heard on. And now I'm looking in the comments because you guys are adding more. Segura says his recent tension placement had foundations all over it. So foundations, there you go. Free foundations libraries from Heaviosity. Check it out. And don't sleep on Xfer Serum either from Serum. Segura Production says, look at that one. Yeah, I have Serum too. I don't even ever use it. Aglo says Falcon Key, low key. Falcon 3 is low key better than Contact if we're talking about by itself. To me, Contact is better for its third party presets, Serum and Vital. So I see you guys are digging the software conversation, man. I like this too because I didn't realize there was so many I had never heard of. Vital is insane, even crazier than Serum, in my opinion. See, let me write this down too. I'm not even hip. Vital. And we are still talking about stuff that's great for tension and orchestral as well, right? Vital is free. Serum Light. And isn't that a beautiful thing too? And if I would, if I could go ahead and step out and say this, um, especially for specific types of genres, specific genres, orchestral, tension, that kind of thing. Um, it seems that it doesn't really make sense to get cracked software because there's so many companies now offering free VSTs, which is crazy. And then the quality of the VSTs for them to be free is exceptional. So there's no excuse, man, for not getting the work done, not getting in the kitchen and cooking, because companies are even making it possible for you to download their stuff for free and use it. Good stuff. So shout out to Petrol for bringing that up. Mayor says, I have foundation staccato strings. It's the same foundations everyone's talking about. Is it the same foundations everybody's talking about? Vital is great. Probably. It's probably the same. Great point. Point is too many VSTs and presets galore. Yeah, I was just about to summarize things myself, A Glow, that um basically there's no go-to VST for tension or orchestral. You open yourself up to learn about as many as you can, and you pick the ones that are best for you. The reason why we're doing this today is just because there was so many that I wasn't familiar with when I started doing my research. I thought it was a good idea to come on here and bring them up because I knew you guys would know them, but then there's some of them that even, we don't know. Some of us aren't familiar with. So we're going to do this every so often, every couple weeks, 3 weeks or so, talk about gear, software, uh, interfaces. We might talk about interfaces, microphones, everything that we use in order to get the sound, as close to professional as possible. And everything matters, not just the gear, but how we use the gear, our level of education with the gear. So I love these conversations, man. Very, very dope. Let me go in the comments real quick. Petrol says, everyone check out all these sites in the next 2 or 3 weeks. That's when the deals drop. I got almost all my SSL plugins for $30 each from SSL. See, that's what I'm saying. That's game right there. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier, how people on here are so willing to help and, guide you to something that's going to help you. He could totally like keep that plug for himself and be like, yeah, I'm getting my SSL plugs for $30. Y'all out there paying 100. It's just dope. Shout out to Petrol, man. Thank you for being so generous with your game, man. Love it. I love it. He says he picked up a few instruments for free as well. Yeah, Black Friday's coming up, Mayor. It's coming up. Segura says, wait, Rose says $30, bro. I would be looking for. Yeah, exactly. He said SSL stuff for $30. See what I'm saying? They probably charge you $30 to schedule a phone call with them. So Segura says, last one I highly recommend is Synopse Audio Dune 3. It has contributions from composer designer Keith Schroeder. So look it up. Synopse Audio Dune 3. Patty P says, I'm waiting to load up on Black Friday too. Yeah, man. We got to save where we can save at, right? Yeah, the SSL stuff Petro says is like $300. Yeah, you can't usually even talk to SSL for $30. You can't. They won't even communicate with you for $30, let alone buying VSTs for $30. That's crazy. So that's a good jewel you dropped in there, man. We appreciate that one. Aglo says, I want to get so bad. Okay, so there you have it, boys and girls. We both, or all of us, have learned, what software we're familiar with that's good for tension cues. And for orchestral stuff, for sports stuff, the big stuff, the sound, the strings, pizzicato strings, big strings, real brass instruments, horns, um, that kind of thing. And with those types of instruments, those VSTs, you want to stay as authentic as you can, especially when you're talking about strings and brass. It's easy to for a brass instrument to sound digital, rather than authentic. And when you're creating, like, say, sports cues, you want to sound as authentic as you can, because those real brass and those real strings, they hit different. They sound bigger, because they are real. They're real sampled instruments. So if you can, uh, go that route. And why I say if you can is because a lot of the free VSTs, even though they have really good instruments, they might lack in the realism when it comes to, like, especially the brass and that kind of thing. Um, so yeah, just look around and see which ones you can get to that sound the most authentic, and you know get what you can get. I'm scrolling. Cherry says, yeah, I had my eye on Complete Ultimate for like 2 years until the crazy summer discount came. They will have another for Christmas. That's when I'll probably grab it for Christmas. What's up, Nico? How you doing? Yeah, Complete is crazy expensive. I mean, it's worth it for all the stuff that you get in it, but it's crazy expensive. But that's what I say. Like, each one of us do what we can do, no matter what. I don't care if you can go get the latest Complete Ultimate, or whether you got to download free orchestra. You don't have a dime to spend. There's no excuses, right? There's no excuses. You can still get in there and cook. I just saw Anthony Clint did a video yesterday. Somebody asked him if you could do TV film stuff in GarageBand. He absolutely can. He cooked up something in there on GarageBand. So, like, there's no excuses, man. Find what you like to use, become proficient at it, become consistent at it, and work on those tension cues. Because if you weren't here earlier, tension is the most used music on television. Tension is your way in. If you're figuring out, how do I get into TV film music? Tension is the best way for you to do it. The libraries are going to love you if you approach them, displaying that you're versed in tension and that you're a pro at it. Um, you can show consistency, and they're going to love you. You're going to get some work. As you see from the people here in the live, a couple of them are winning with the libraries with that style, with tension. So let's go, let's go. Discover has real sampled instruments. That's dope. Let's check that out. So I learned quite a bit today. I have a list to go look over. Yeah, discover, huh? Let me write that down too. Discover. Okay, so quick Q&A and we're gonna get out of here. We have our list of new VSTs that we weren't familiar with that we are now familiar with. Whisper, as a producer of tension, would you add the traffic effects to your cue? Nah, no, I wouldn't, because then it's gonna limit where they can put the cue. Now they're gonna have to put it into a scene that has traffic. So if you want to use stuff like that, make a sound effects album. Just do traffic and stuff. Now the libraries have that covered, right? So if for me, I would stick to, I don't want to call it basic tension, but the tension that goes behind dialogue. So the dramatic tension or the horror tension or even action tension. Um, Let the people that are creating the media, deal with crowd noises, applause, traffic noises, that kind of thing, or whatever. That's sound design. If that's what you're into, then you can just do a sound design album and just keep doing those. Those will be welcome at the libraries too. But I wouldn't mix the two. Great question, KJ. KJ Rhodes. Any more questions? And again, KJ, a good way to really gauge what's dope tension is watch some TV, watch some soap operas. Soap operas. That's all soap operas uses tension. Watch some reality. Close your eyes. Try to keep your eyes closed. It's going to be hard. Try to keep your eyes closed for the whole segment. A segment is from commercial to commercial break to commercial break. So first couple minutes, open your eyes, whatever, and then close your eyes for the whole rest of the segment. Really zero in on the music. Listen to all the elements. Take your side out of it. Listen to all the elements. Listen to the dialogue. Listen to the background music under the dialogue. Listen to the scenes, what the scenes are, how they're set up. Listen to the volume of the tension behind the dialogue or action, whatever it is. And, a couple times doing this, and you're really, really going to lock in on tension. Your brain is automatically going to lock in on hearing that tension in the background when you take your eyes out of it, take your side out of it. Check it out. Try it. Try it today, man. Watch TV with your eyes closed. Listen to what's going on with the music. You'll get it. Nico says, do you recommend mixing tension with different genres? Like, for example, world tension? Absolutely. I wouldn't say mixing, but because world tension is just another style of tension. But I see what you're saying. World music, using world instruments, more international instruments, but in a tension style. That just falls under tension. So say like if you're creating tension music for an international movie, what if the movie is Bollywood, right? A Bollywood soap opera, a Bollywood action movie. So the tension in the background would be used the same way as any other, but the style of the tension is going to be different because, like I was talking about before, is going to aid to set the vibe, the whole vibe of the movie. So if the movie's set in India, then it might have that type of music, tension. The tension, put it this way, the music, the tension music is going to be using more instrumentation indicative of the place where the movie is taking place at. So if it's in the Middle East, India, something like that, they're going to be using instruments that they use for those styles of music over there within the tension. And so to answer your question, it's not mixing, but yes, every style that you can do for tension, if you can specialize in it, every style is being used. So yes, to answer your question. Patty P says, best VST, great for strings, used for tension. Not sure if you answered this one. So I can't answer that one because there's a lot of them that are good for strings. Omnisphere is good for strings, but we said we weren't going to talk about Omnisphere. You guys can pop in a couple for him that you use for strings, but there's a lot of them. I have a couple special ones myself, but they're kind of big. KJ Rose says, yeah, I've been watching and letting the TV series play in a total separate room. Yeah, exactly. Mayor says, I have to go now and get back to work because it's already 1 a.m. here. Golly, 1 in the morning, dude. We love you, brother, for coming and kicking it with us, man. I'll watch the remaining live stream later. Had a great time here. Take care, everyone. Shout out to India, man. Be safe, Mayor. I don't know what you're doing at 1 o'clock in the morning out there, but be safe, whatever it is. I hope you're not out driving people around or nothing crazy. Take care. Be safe. Petro says, would people really buy one shots? I'm building a site to sell all of my samples from my library. There are so many I honestly don't use. Actually, yeah, man. One shots and loops and samplers are something people are usually trying to get deals on and stuff that we move around, friend to friend, get the hookup on. So just make them affordable and promote them. And I think that you're gonna move them because yeah, I use one shots. I spent part of yesterday putting together drum kits from one shots myself. I got a bunch of loose drums and stuff that I need to compile into actual kits and stuff. Help the workflow. So yeah, actually, I swear FBI uses the same tension cue over and over. I can't unhear it now. Yeah, it works. They might not, the supervisor over there might be like, okay, I'm just gonna just keep using this. Yeah, Doja. Yeah, Mayor is overseas. He's like a 24-hour plane ride away. That's crazy. Overseas, for real, for real. Petro says $5 and $30 for most kids, nothing crazy. Yeah, that's beautiful. That people can get in, get them, have fun with them. Petro said he's on live from the future. Yeah, he's 1 o'clock in the morning. He's tomorrow. He's talking to us from tomorrow. That's crazy. So quick. Let's wrap it up, y'all. Quick Q&A. We still in the Q&A real quick. Before we finish the Q&A, quick one in the comments. If you guys enjoyed our little discussion about the VSTs, if you learned about some new VSTs, if this is something that you want to continue talking about gear and VSTs. Actually, we've never done this, so I think it was very helpful. I know it is to me. I'm sitting here looking at a list of VSTs and libraries and stuff that I want to go, sample libraries I want to go check out. Very dope. And I see all the ones beautiful. So we got value. That's what makes me happy. I don't want to waste your time. I want to make sure that when I come, I'm bringing value to you guys and that you guys are leaving a little bit better than when you came. Nico's in Spain, 9:30 p.m. So you talking to us from the future too. How does it feel to be you're on a live stream with the past, brother? Patty P, we glad you popped in too. Every Friday. Let's tell some people this week. Let's tell some people every Friday. We get enough people here. I'm gonna start giving stuff away for real. I'll give t-shirts away, hats away. We might start doing some gear giveaways. Like, we got to get some people here though. 326. Yeah, it is strange talking to the past, huh? Literally. But we appreciate you. We had India in the house today. We had Spain in the house today. We need a video to share. Does Smash Coast have a generic video to promo we can share? I can make one. Like a producer whisper video promo. I can make one. I'll make something dope. If you're trying to share it, I appreciate that. Oh, you in the Valley, Doja? I'm in the Valley too. I'm in Granada Hills right now. 818. 818 up in here all day. 818 all day. So quick, since everybody's doing their geographical location, where's everybody at real quick? Since y'all aren't saying any questions, where is everybody? Northridge in the daytime, Simi Valley at night. East Coast, New York, Virginia, St. Louis. Come on, man. We all over the place like this. Houston. No way. So we got a couple Cali, New York, Virginia, St. Louis, Houston, Spain, Florida, unfortunately, St. Louis, Cherry in St. Louis. He said Florida ain't, unfortunately. Florida, y'all got a crazy reputation, man. Sorry for your loss. Yeah, that's a crazy reputation Florida has. This is international. Winnetka. Oh, you guys all around me. Simi Valley, Northridge. Yeah, my stomping grounds is everywhere between mainly like Burbank, Toluca Lake, Studio City, Sherman Oaks, you know, Valley Village. And then, but I live up here in Granada Hills. I'm actually looking for a place now. We're about to move. But anyway, I digress. We're talking about some totally different stuff here. I'm just seeing where everybody is. Said me and KJ, the same city, but an hour apart. That's crazy. Big city. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up and let everybody get back to their Friday. No more Q&A. No more Q&A. So Petrol, I'll work on a promo video this week coming up. For you guys that don't know, I'll be at the Shades of Sync conference November 4th in Atlanta, hosted by XJ Will and hosted by Clint Productions. Just got off the phone this morning with my boy Gildy Flores. He'll be there as well. Actually, we stand in the same hotel. It's very, very dope. And Petro, I love you, bro, man. You've always been supportive. That's kinfolk right there. And so, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. And with all that being said, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. It's Friday. I'm about to get in these streets. We got some stuff to do. I love y'all to death. Thank you for sharing this Friday with me. It's been really, really dope. I'm gonna go through this list of VSTs and sample libraries and stuff for tension, 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 tension. And there it is there. So with all that being said, I'm out of here, y'all. That's what's up. I'm the producer whisperer. Peace.